only 2 times in NCAA history has a running back had 100 or more forced missed tackles. Only 2 times has that been done, and it's been David Montgomery and David Montgomery.
BRB Blazer.
We jump into my bounce back player here,
Bounce.
David Montgomery from the Chicago Bears. I was super hyped on this guy last year coming out of Iowa State, rookie for the Bears.
Beast.
But, I mean, I know it was pretty disappointing seeing how, he didn't really perform. Only 3.7 yards per carry. You don't like seeing that. But, I mean, 267 total touches was 12th most among running backs. So, I mean, kind of when you're looking for volume in terms of, like, you want to get these running backs, volume and upside, I mean, 242 rush attempts, 13th most. So he's getting the lion's share of the carries over there. Obviously, they have Tariq Cohen. He's the scat back kind of gadget guy. He's going to get his plays as well. But, I mean, you like to see they didn't go out and draft anybody. They didn't go out and really get anybody in free agency, to my understanding. So he's kind of like, I feel like he's kind of primed to, like, really be the guy
for sure
this year. I mean, and even in a down year, he still got you over 1,000 total yards, 7 total touchdowns. And what I like to see right here is, when they got in close, like, they weren't shy to give him the ball. 5 of his 6 rushing touchdowns came inside the 5. I think one time they actually had to give him the ball 4 straight times for him to get in. But I mean, but you like seeing that. They were just like, get in. The 10th most carries inside the 10-yard line for running backs. So like I said, when they get in close, they're kind of like feeding him the rock. And 13th best juke rate. One of the reasons why I was so hyped on him last year coming into the league was just #interesting stat was only 2 times in NCAA history has a running back had 100 or more forced missed tackles. Only 2 times has that been done, and it's been David Montgomery and David Montgomery. So, I mean, I just think you don't just do that 2 years in college if you're not good.
I
think obviously the offensive line wasn't very good over there in Chicago. Trubisky was up and down all over the place.
Down.
I mean, you bring in Nick Foles. Obviously, that's going to dictate, who the quarterback is over there. I think people forget that for a brief stint, Nick Foles played under Matt Nagy when Matt Nagy was the offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs. But so, yeah, I just think that, a guy who maybe he burned some people or he didn't perform up to people's expectations last year, he might fall a little bit in these drafts. So it's kind of like if you go a little maybe wide receiver heavy, or maybe you take a shot on a Kelsey or Kittle in these, second round, third round. If you can get a Montgomery in the 5th, 6th round, I think he can be a solid RB2 for you. I mean, he finished as the RB25 last year, and I kind of feel like that was his floor almost in a sense. I think he can at least sneak into the top 20, at least be a serviceable flex guy for you. Each and every week with the upside of, 242 rush attempts. A guy, you think he could see probably 15 plus touches any given week.
Yeah. Volume is king. So
he's a volume guy for me. I've never been big on him as a runner, even before the season started last year and what I watched on the field last year. But it's like I don't see a way they didn't draft anyone. Yeah. So it's like, how does the volume go down? I don't know if he can get worse. He has to at least get, I feel, somewhat better. Yeah. Adjusting to the NFL speed. Another year with the offense. I feel like he has to at least get a little bit better. So the volume in my eyes can't really go down. It'd be like, unless Tariq Cohen's taking a bigger role, or we have an undrafted free agent rookie that kind of comes out of nowhere and takes a little bit of a role, but the volume's going to be there. So it's like the volume, opportunity. So I'm not big on the rushing talent, but when you get in 250 carries and 30 to 40 receptions, I'm not going to not take you.
Yeah, he's almost like, and I know you say he's a volume guy, like Melvin Gordon's rookie year, where he probably burned a lot of people. Remember, no touchdowns. Everyone's like, fuck him. And then the next year he finally came out and he had like 8 or 10. But same thing, he's like a volume guy. It's the play calling too. They call plays like shit over there in Chicago. They make like terrible play calls. Because I feel if he was on the Niners, who like run the ball, he would be really good. It's like they don't set him up, for success either. Because they don't really pass the ball. It's their quarterback. If he can take that step forward and make people like respect the pass a little bit, I feel like it could help him. You can run play action. You can do other things to kind of help, get him more yards. Because like you said, he breaks tackles. So it's like just get him the ball and give him some space. Yeah. And, let him work.
48 forced missed tackles last year. That was 8th most for running back. So, obviously he's still getting it done. Obviously the Big 12 competition. I saw Iowa State, right? Big 12?
Yeah, Big 12.
Big 12 obviously not known for their defenses. But, to make 100 people miss back-to-back years and then come to the NFL and make 48 people miss on a bad offense, bad offensive line, I think obviously you're doing something right. He obviously doesn't have that breakaway speed, to bust his 70, 80-yard run. But, to be a playmaker, make things happen. Like I said, you're getting 250 plus touches, and like when they get close to the goal line, they don't fuck around. They're like, here, we're gonna give you the ball, and even if they get stuffed, they're like, we're gonna give you the ball again. We're gonna give you the ball again. I just like seeing that, and for a guy who's probably gonna go, I think in like the 6th round, give or take, I'll take that all day. With that 250 plus touches, I'll take that all day every day.
He's gonna slip pretty low in drafts because he wasn't really a big name last year. Like a lot of home, I got him in the 4th round in one home draft. And he was going around the 4th round. Like his consensus, like what is it? Expert consensus was like a 3rd round pick, but he was going closer to like the 4th rounds, late 4th rounds. So he wasn't even really a big name last year. So I can only imagine how much lower he's actually going to go this year, not having a good season and not having a lot of people that were really in on him going into last year. So it wouldn't surprise me if he's there in the 6th, pushing close to 7th in home drafts. When you're doing like your daily home drafts, I'm talking about people who are just kind of not. Reading into research, consistent basis.
Like the people who need to follow this damn show, podcast.
We're the number one in the universe.
Yeah. Oh,
woo!
Of everything.
No, and there's people in every league that are obviously going to back. Oh, he's going to come back. But for the most part, you could probably get him in that. Yeah. In that late, 6th round, 5th round.
I like it. I fucking like it.
I like it.
Ah, man, that clip was informative, huh? Well, there's plenty more right here. If you click that. Also, go ahead and subscribe right there.